Former President Donald Trump made history today when he became the first U.S. Commander-in-Chief to be indicted. Tonight, we're joined live by Mississippi University for Women political science professor Dr. Brian Anderson to gain more context on Trump's indictment. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Anderson.
Good to be here.
So first off, what are some possible valid arguments each side has over the indictment in terms of it truly being a matter of alleged criminal concern or just more partisan politics?
Right. On one side, there's support for the institution of law enforcement and prosecutor's office, saying that if Alvin Bragg, the Manhattan DA, is bringing forward a case that's been in the works for a few years, he must have solid evidence to move forward on such an unprecedented case. That is opposed by supporters of Donald Trump, who believe that this, like so many other things, is part of a campaign to tear down the most popular Republican. And they'll even say it's part of a larger conspiracy to attack Republicans and their values.
I see. So what are some possible benefits and what are some harmful effects Trump could see from this indictment in his 2024 presidential campaign?
Right. Well, the benefits are pretty clear for Donald Trump because he's already been showing us what those are. He's fundraising heavily in the wake of the indictment. Of course, he's outraged. He's going to be on social media constantly. But that back channel fundraising effort by his organization is going to be busy for months to come. And this will only help build up his brand. He's going to get a huge boost in Republican poll numbers, people who believe he's being unfairly targeted. So this will really give him a boost. Negatively, of course, is how this prosecution might turn out. And it's very likely, of course, it will go on for months and months. But if the DA's team shows early on pretty solid evidence that might make people believe that there's a good reason for his prosecution, it could really take chunks out of Trump's ability to defend himself and support his claim that he's a man of integrity.
Absolutely. It's definitely very divided. Lastly, what are your thoughts on President Biden coming to the red state of Mississippi to visit tornado victims the day after the Trump indictment is announced? And what other public response do you possibly see coming from this indictment nationwide?
Right. Well, President Biden is coming for support of the tornado victims, and I believe that he will try to make the visit as bipartisan as possible. He might even mention Governor Reeves' expression of thanks for the federal aid that's come into Mississippi and is scheduled to come in the weeks ahead. So he will very likely deflect any reporters' questions about the indictment, saying that this is not the time and that we need to let the process move forward. He's I think, going to work hard to not make it a political visit. But nationally, you could probably go on social media right now and find all manner of arguments for and against the prosecution. And this is only going to continue. Social media, mainstream media, anywhere that people want to talk about politics, this will become yet another American political obsession. And we better buckle up.
Yes, absolutely. Social media, it's been a very very divided, very split down the middle. The social media warriors have definitely been out for this one, no doubt. Thank you so much for joining us and for answering our questions.
My pleasure.